welcome to Open Mic 5 here at FIU's Miami Beach Urban Studios. There'll probably be some people showing up along the way, but we're going to get things started here. And this is the 5th open mic night we've had. We've had one a month for the last 5 months, and that we're going to keep going. I really wanted to start something off so we could have like a zone, a good safe zone for self-expression, as I've mentioned, and empowerment. And it, you know, it's kind of the rounded outside of the academic, structure here, but to give something where people feel good about themselves and have an avenue to express. And one of the things I've known, a few years ago I was doing some speaking, and I went to one of the places I would speak is at the Intel Corporation, which makes the computer chips, and they have offices all over the world. And I went to several of their different offices, and I went with another speaking partner, and we would, about 3 weeks before we went to the place to speak, we started a photo contest. And basically what it was, we said, here's what it is: submit up to 3 photos that tell a story about someone or something in your life, and then write a little caption with it. And most of these people in Intel, you can imagine, they're people who live in cubicles, work in cubicles, and they're kind of geeks. But I was like just blown away by what came out of people when you give them the opportunity to express themselves, and it's an amazing thing. Anyway, I would like to take a moment right now, a moment of silence, because of the tragedy that I'm sure you all heard about in Monetta, Virginia today, where Allison Parker and Adam Ward, a news reporter and a cameraman, both in their 20s, were shot dead, and Vicki Gardner, who was being interviewed, also, she's alive still, but she's in critical condition. So if we could take a moment of silence to send some prayers their way, I'd appreciate it, and I'm sure they would too. Okay, thank you. And last time, at the last open mic, I confessed to you guys that one of my youthful fantasies was to be a DJ at a jazz radio station, because they talk like this and it's very mellow. So I'm going to go into that mode here and say welcome to Miami Beach Urban Studios, to our studio. We're very fortunate tonight to have in our studio a very young songstress, a very sultry singer, and I would like you to give a warm welcome and enjoy the sultry stylings of Davina. Thank you for coming, yes.
Hi everyone, my name is Davina. I've been here previously before, thanks to him. And my first song that I will be singing is called Don't Know Why by Norah Jones. I waited till I saw the sun. I don't know why I didn't come. I left you by the house of fun. I don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. When I saw the break of day, I wish that I could fly away. Instead of kneeling in the sand, catching teardrops in my hand, my heart is drenched in wine. But you'll be quenched in wine, but you'll be on my mind forever. Something has to make you run. I don't know why I didn't come. I feel as empty as a drum. I don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. Thank you. Wait, I'll be back. Oh, wait. Actually, no, this one's a cappella. Okay. This one's called Beyond the Sea. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know that song. Okay, I'm gonna be doing it a cappella. So, okay. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. My lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet, I know we'll meet beyond the shore. We'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing.
So next up, we're going alphabetical order here, is Mr. Don Dimitri Joseph. Sorry, dude, I know. You ready? Yeah. See, if you had just gone by your last name, Joseph, then you would have been after Izzy. But
Too late.
too late, okay. Anyway, please give a warm hand for Don Dimitri Joseph.
Hello, everybody. Has everybody seen Hitch before? Like Will Smith, Hitch? Yeah. Well, I'll basically be doing like a monologue from there. All right, so. Basic principles. No woman wakes up in the morning saying, God, I hope I don't get swept off my feet today. Now, she might say, this is a really hard time for me, or something like, I just need some space, or my personal favorite, I'm really into my career right now. You believe that? Neither does she. You know why? Because she's lying to you. That's why. You understand me? She's lying. She doesn't need any space. She may be into her career, but what she really is saying is, get away from me now, or possibly. Try harder, stupid. But which one is it? 60% of human communication is nonverbal body language. 30% is your tone. So that means 90% of what you're saying ain't coming out of your mouth. Of course she's gonna lie to you. She's a nice person. She doesn't want to hurt your feelings. And she may be into her career, but what she really is saying is, get away from me now. Now, luckily, the fact is, just like any woman, she doesn't know what she wants until she sees it. Now that's where I step in. My job is to open her eyes. Basic principles. No matter what, no matter when, no matter who, any man has the chance to sweep any woman off her feet. He just needs the right broom. That's it.
Welcome back to our artist named Izzy. Please give a warm hand. Give you something different here.
Thank you, Robert. How's everybody doing? Great. Good. That's great. Before I get started, I just want to state that I like audience participation. And pretty much I like asking the audience questions, just to see, ask them questions and everything like that. So please, if I ask you a question directly, please just answer it and don't not answer it and make me question my own existence. Please don't let that happen. I don't want to go home saying, why don't they like me? What am I doing with my life? Don't do that. Just answer yes or no or you're sexy. Whatever comes to your mind, whatever you want to answer, whatever is suitable for you. That being said, anybody like to gamble in here? Yeah. Gamblers? They like going to the casino? Public service announcement for all the people who like to go to the casino. If you have money to go to the casino and gamble, I have a good way of you to make the best of your money, make the most of, your money. And that would be passing that over to me, because I'm broke. Trust me, if you pass that money over to me, you'll get your money back way faster or better than putting it in a casino. I'm just saying, help me. Just let me help you help me pay bills. That's all I'm asking. That's all I want, man. I want that for the both of us. You know what I mean? I don't think it's stealing if you pickpocket a person that gambles. I don't think that's stealing. It's more like a service, right? You pickpocket that gambler to help them from developing a gambling problem. I think that might be how that works. Sometimes people do bad things for good reasons. I would pickpocket a gambler to keep them from developing a gambling problem. I think that's how I would do it. There's nothing wrong with that. You were helping the community. I'm starting a movement here, folks. Get with it. Starting that movement. I don't know, man. I'm broke. I need money. It's really bad, too, because, I was in Walmart the other day. Not to buy anything, just browsing. I was in Walmart just browsing. You know you're broke when you're at Walmart or at the dollar store window shopping. It's bad when that's happening. That's where I'm at right now. I'm so broke that I'm picking up pennies off of the street to put gas in my car. That's how bad it is. It's really getting out of control for me right now. So these are new folks, so forgive me for being unprofessional looking at this notebook. My biggest fantasy when it comes to, my fantasy these days is having money to spend on things that are on sale. That's my fantasy right now. Those are my dreams, my aspirations. Those Walmart rollback prices, those Wasey's one-day sales. I want that, but I can't have that right now because I don't have money like that. So I don't know. If change were thrown at me violently, I'd take it. I would ask them, please throw some more change at me. It might put my eye out, but at least I have 87 cents more to my name, at least. It's new. This is new, people, so if it's not working, it's new. Anybody go on social media in here? Yes. Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff? Yeah? Have you ever been in a situation where, this is for the guys in here, for the fellas, there's maybe 5 of you in here, but whatever. For the guys in here, have you gone online, on Instagram or Facebook or something like that, and you see a cute girl, and she has a picture of a baby, and she's holding it, but you have no idea whether that's her baby or not because she won't make it clear that that's her child? Like, has that ever happened to you? Like, make it clear to me. Like, let me know if that's your kid or not. Like, you know, like she could be kissing the baby on the cheek and the baby's smiling and all it has is a pitiful little heart emoji as the caption. Like, let me know if that's your child. Like, I don't know if it's your sister's or yours. Like, let it be known is what I'm saying. Like put a hashtag on it. Like, hashtag team no abortion. Hashtag team C-section. Hashtag I don't know. Hashtag was almost born prematurely, but we made it. God is a blessing. Something. Let me know. That's all I'm saying. So I can know what my next move is. Yeah, that's creepy, hitting up people on Instagram. Don't do that. I've never done it. Just don't do that. It's my advice to you. What else I got in here? Unprofessional. Does everybody have their phones in here?
Yeah.
Audience participation, people.
Yes.
Everybody has their phones, right?
Yes.
I have to ask because I don't I want to make sure people have their phones in case, you know, like I'm concerned when people lose their phones, mainly because I don't want them to think I stole it. Like, that's my thing. I don't want them to think, because, you know, I'm black, so I don't want them to think I don't want them to think that I stole the phone or whatever. Like, it's so bad these days that I'll help somebody look for their phone 15 minutes after they've given up they've given up looking for their phone. Like, we still gotta find it. We gotta help you find your phone, because I don't want to go to jail or get shot. That's where my head is with that. I think I'm becoming a jerk. Like, I'm already kind of a jerk, but I'm starting not to care about it. It's getting really bad. Like this girl texted me the other night. She's really cool. She's really sweet, good friend, everything like that. And she texted me saying, "I kind of miss you, LOL." And my response to that was, no lie, my response was, "Aw, good for you. Please don't miss me too much," smiley face. Like, that was my response to that. And the horrible part about it was I didn't really care. Like, I tried to care. Like, I really just, like, I took a look at it, like, should I send this the way it is? I'll send it, whatever. She'll understand it. I'm to that point, people. I think the friend zone has done that to me, though, like getting placed in the friend zone. That's what's happened to me a lot. Like, have you ever been in a situation where you like someone, but they just don't like you back, and they insist on hooking you up with their friend, and their friend ends up putting you in the friend zone? And then their friend insists on hooking you up with their friend, who turns out to be ugly, and then that friend puts you in the friend zone? And then your friend, and then their friend, they try to hook you up with their friend, who just so happens to be a guy, but he's not gay, but he just got out of jail and he doesn't have any more options left, so he won't put you in the friend zone. Been in that situation before. It's not healthy. Pouring my soul out to you people. That's horrible. Oh, man. I like laughter. This is fun. Racist coworkers. Anybody have them?
Yes. Yeah.
You have them? Please describe your racist coworker to me before I continue the joke.
She's black.
Well, that doesn't mean she's racist. Like you literally just said I'm racist because I'm black. No. I'm just kidding.
So, she'll say it to your face, but she doesn't like you.
Because of your skin color? Mm-hmm. So she'll be like, what's your name?
Robert.
Wow, I was thinking Robert. We are here tonight. So she'll like, Robert, I don't like you.
Oh no, her and I get along great. She just doesn't like certain people.
So she doesn't like certain people or certain non-ethnic people?
Yeah, racist, right?
Right, that is clearly racist. Yeah, that's up there.
Yeah.
That might not be ranked number one, but that's definitely in the top 5 of racist, for sure. Yeah, I had this one racist coworker one time when I was working here on South Beach, but further down. It was like at this condominium called Apogee. Pat Riley lives there, like in the penthouse. So I'm doing security over there, right? And there's this guy. He was doing security with me, and I just started the job. So he's getting ready. He's trying to get to know me, so he's asking me questions. He's like, so are you just black, or are you mixed with anything, or what's going on with you? Like, I'm just black. I'm just not mixed with anything. I'm just black. And the thing that comes out of his mouth, his response to that was, oh, really? I could tell by the color of your skin. It's very obvious. Like, what is that to say to somebody? Like, that's like going up to a handicapped person and saying, oh, are you paralyzed from the neck down? I can tell because you look exactly like Stephen Hawking right now and not Professor X. You look like Christopher Reeve right before he died. Like, that's, why would you say that to somebody? That's my spiel on racist people for the day. How do y'all feel about Donald Trump? That's the exact response I was hoping for. I really didn't want somebody to say, yay, Donald Trump. If I ever hear something like that, I think I'm gonna move out of Miami because I don't have money to move out of the United States. I think that's gonna happen. No, Donald Trump is just,
He's gonna make America great again.
he is?
Slogan, right?
Oh, wow, I was,
So wait a minute, it already is great.
yeah. If they're allowing him to run if they're allowing him to run a second time, I'm kind of skeptical about America now. They can't allow him to run twice in a row because this is not his first time he's tried to run. He's tried to run before. I don't know. So like in the polls now, apparently it's Hillary Clinton, right? Hillary Clinton, yeah. Donald Trump, and D's Nuts. That's what's running for president right now. And D's Nuts has like 9%. But it's crazy because it's like it's this kid, this 15-year-old kid, I can't remember what state he's from, but he put the name in there. D's Nuts, running for president. Salty. Like, I don't know why they would do that, but that's funny. It's already a big enough joke that Donald Trump's running for president, so why not spruce it up a little bit? These nuts running for president, right up under Donald Trump. What else I got? I did that one already. This is very unprofessional. Can't get paid doing this. Oh, man. Let's talk about y'all. That's enough about me and my sad story. You did a great job, by the way. And like part of the reason why you did a good job was because I knew those songs. So no, if I didn't know the song, you still would have done great. But I'm just teasing you. Whatever. Did you go to work today, Robert?
I did. Got back from work.
How was work?
Sucked.
What do you do?
I work for a consulting firm, just sitting in an office all day. I get to move around.
Does it at least have air conditioning?
Yes.
Because it would suck if it didn't have air conditioning in there. That would really suck a lot. How about you two? How's it going?
Me?
No, not yet. The both of you.
I'm great.
Yeah.
This is my mom. It's her birthday actually today.
Really? Happy birthday. Okay, that's cool. So you come to an open mic for a birthday. That's cool.
Yeah. I met Robert a few weeks ago. We told him about the event, and I knew it was something that she would like.
Didn't have enough money for dinner. It's okay.
You know, that too.
It's all right. No, but this is cool though. This is a nice place, man. Hopefully you can come back and just, I don't know, sit back and relax and enjoy the soothing sounds of her. I don't remember your name. I'm a horrible person.
It's okay. My name is Davina.
That's why I don't remember it, because it's not common. If your name was Ashley, I remember.
It's not though.
It's not though, that's right. It's not at all. What is it again?
Davina.
Davino?
Davina.
Davina. Okay, so I guess I can do like word association. Davina, Danny DeVito, not Danny DeVito, Davina. I think I can get it.
Davina.
Word association is it's a horrible association, but it's the best I got.
I forgot your name too.
That's okay.
No.
Now I don't feel as bad.
I I don't know everybody's name. Like, I think yours is Chris.
Yeah.
And I forgot yours too again. I've heard it. I just.
You remembered his because he's attractive. That's what it is.
Oh.
Because you like him.
What just happened?
I put you out there. That's what just happened.
No.
That's what I do up here.
That, but I just heard his name right now. That's why. Yeah, just eat your brain.
Okay, Davina. It's okay to be a flirt. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like a form of flattery, so I'm not judging you if you find him attractive.
Oh, I don't go.
He's a good-looking guy, you know?
Thanks.
All right. So we'll move on to the next people. How are you two doing?
Great. Good. Thank
Doing great? Is this your first time here? I don't think I...
you. Open mic.
Yeah. Are you going to do anything tonight? No? No poetry? No venting?
Nothing to vent about.
Nothing to... Oh, wow. Stress-free so far. That's good, man. Wish I was in your shoes now. I'm not still stress-free. No, I'm kidding. That was good, though. Like, what do you do?
Right now, I'm working on a documentary.
Really? What is it about? If you don't mind me asking. I know you don't want to spoil too much of it.
Jazz photographer.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
It's Chuck Stewart.
Chuck Stewart.
Most of the album covers for a lot of jazz albums, 50s and 60s.
Also, like, has he shot like jazz covers for like Miles Davis and Coltrane and all that stuff?
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
No, maybe you two can link up and maybe. Trying to put you on. It's cool. He's doing a documentary on photography. You're a photographer, so I thought I would.
See the connection?
I don't want to make this weirder than it already is. I'm just trying to, just trying to help you out, man. Anyway, how you doing over there, man?
Good.
You good? All right. Oh man, this is fun. I always like coming here. People are cool. The acts are cool. It's always good to come out here and support Robert and the room that he puts on for us. So this is really good. So on that note, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much for listening, and have a good night, everybody.
Since you got on the subject of gambling in Las Vegas, I'm going to tell you guys a little joke about gambling in Las Vegas, okay? So if you don't mind. There's a guy, he's a Wall Street shark. He's a financial guy, and he's just obsessed with like making money, and that's all he does single-mindedly for years and years and years. But one day he hears a little voice inside, telling him to change his ways, to change things up, but he ignores the voice and just keeps going. The voice persists and keeps, popping in, and so finally one day he goes, okay, what do you want me to do? So the voice says, well, cash in all your assets, sell your penthouse on Park Avenue, cash in everything and quit your job and get a first-class ticket to Las Vegas. He goes, really? He goes, yeah, so he does that. He goes, now what do you want me to do? Well, go get the presidential suite at the MGM Grand. So he does that. He goes, now what do you want me to do? So the voice says, well, I want you to go down to the casino. So he goes down to the casino, and the voice, he says, what now? He goes, go to the roulette wheel. Oh, he goes, okay, now what? So the voice says, I want you to go to the roulette wheel. I want you to put everything on 17 red. Guy goes, everything? The voice goes, yeah, everything. So goes, puts everything on 17 red. Wheel spins around, spins around, spins around. It's 22 black. Little voice goes, fuck. But also about jazz photography. Back in the 90s, there was a period of time when I was doing assignments for Verve Records in New York. It was a famous jazz label. I think part of Polygram or something. But anyway, I was living out in Los Angeles, and they would send me to just go in the studio and kind of be a fly on the wall and do these cool, like session photographs. So one day, I think it was about 1997, I got an assignment. They wanted me to go. Herbie Hancock was doing an album called Gershwin's World, where he was doing, Gershwin tunes, covering them. And I was supposed to, they said, originally supposed to show up at the studio at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So about 3:30, I get a call from New York, say, well, we don't know where Herbie is, so just stand by. And so I'm waiting, and, like every hour they'll call me, well, we still don't know where he is. I don't know if you know, Herbie Hancock is a chanting Buddhist, so he sometimes goes off and just does, chants for a while. This was back then. I don't know if it's still the case, but anyway, so time goes, probably like 8 o'clock at night, they say, well, just chill out, go to sleep or whatever, we'll call you if we hear anything. So, and I lived over the hill in Hollywood, but like 3 o'clock in the morning or like 2:30, 3 o'clock, I get a call. I say, well, he's there. Can you be there in 15 minutes? So I said, sure. So I get in my car. That time of night, there was no traffic, so I got there. And I get in there, and they were doing the song Summertime. You know that song? Summertime. Yeah.
I was just listening to the, it's not, does Billie Holiday sing?
Well, it was, yeah, I think so, yeah. It was originally Billie Holiday, but it was a Gershwin tune. And so it was Herbie on piano, and Joni Mitchell was doing the vocals. And she was in a little sound booth and, chain smoking cigarettes. And so they're going in and doing the tracks and doing the segments, whatever. But what they didn't know is that at a certain point, Herbie wasn't aware of it because of the room he was in. They snuck Stevie Wonder in. And he comes in and goes into a room. And so, they're doing the song, and all of a sudden you hear the harmonica, wah, 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 and you see Herbie just look up with this big smile. And so that was just a really cool moment to be part of that. Anyway, they finished recording, and the sun was coming up, and, again, it was 1997, but Herbie had an electric car that was, like, plugged in outside, a Honda, and so he took Stevie for a ride, and then everyone left, and it was just me and Herbie in the studio, and we did some, like, cool solo shots, and that was it. It was just a great memory. So anyway, I've chewed up some thank you, and see, this is part of open mic. If you just want to come up and tell a cool story, that's very, very acceptable. Anyway, it's a great pleasure to welcome back to Miami Beach Urban Studios, Madeline. Please give a hand.
Hello. This is my second time up here, and I must say it takes a bit of gumption and heart to come up in front of people you don't know. Well, I know these two guys and Robert. So I just want to say thank you to those who've gone before, Davina and Isaac and Don. You guys, rock for continuously doing this. So this is a letter/poem that I wrote to my dad. I'm sure he won't mind me sharing it here with a room full of people I don't know, but it'll be okay. So here it goes. Whew, I just got nervous, sorry. Really nervous. Okay. Dear Dad, my first question to you would be, why? Why did you have to die? I needed you in my life. Your caprice has left me to the derision of the eye, all the scrutiny, the unacceptance, the lies. You should have been the truth that tied. Your truth should have anchored me to all that I could be, the me who God sees through the grit and the iniquity, the me in a white dress, impressed in sweet reverie. But why did I have to grow up unlike the others? It took two to make one, yet you left me with just a mother, and not only me, you left my poor, unfortunate brothers. Without a positive male presence, the cold streets became my cover, searching left and right for love, an idea that simply hovered, love that hovered outside of me, and so my heart still suffered. My dear Dad, gone away for all this time, I'm writing you this letter to release you from your crime. Leaving your family, choosing death, your sentence was my demise. But I want to believe that if you could replay your life, that you'd sit next to me and you hold my hand and you'd never leave my side. If only my dream could replay in real time. Love, your daughter. Thank you.
What is your name?
Barbara.
Barbara.
Yes.
And you're a poet?
No. Well, in the transition, maybe. Who knows?
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm actually going to read a poem of Brooke McNamara. I was in Colorado this summer doing an internship at a museum. I'm actually at FIU doing the museum studies course. And Brooke McNamara really struck me. She is, I don't know if you heard of this, monk nun, but they are married, but they have these vows and very committed way of living with meditation and internal vows that they stick to. She struck me, and this is one of her poems that I wanted to read tonight.
Would you like to sit down, or are you okay standing?
I'm good, yes.
Okay.
Just in time. I'm gonna try to do it well. Sorry, I'm not a great speaker. Let's see. It's called Stop With Me. Stop. Stop working. Stop trying to stop working. Stop trying. Stop being lazy. Stop searching for meaning. Stop landing anywhere. Stop acting confused. Stop. Stop locking up your mysteries. Let me in. Stop rearranging the surface features of your life. Stop thinking deep is deep. Stop thinking blood is red. Stop hoarding the blood-red wisdom unborn in you. There's got to be a better way. Do you love me? Stop loving me. Stop unloving me. Stop tearing me apart. Stop with me. Let's stop together. 6 seconds. Ready, set, stop. Now let's stop together forever and let the stopping go.
Please welcome back Davina. Oh, wait a minute. Please welcome back Davina. That's the jazz voice.
Well, one of my favorite jazz singers also as well is Amy Winehouse, and just her voice really appeals to me. So there's this, I already sang Valerie, but there's this other one song called Rehab from her that I really liked, and I started working on it, but I only was able to go like halfway, and I haven't been able to find like a tracking for it, but I'll just sing half of it a cappella. Okay. They try to make me go to rehab, but I say no, no, no. Yes, I've been black, but when I come back, you'll know, no, no. I ain't got the time, and if my daddy thinks I'm fine, he's trying to make me go to rehab, but I won't go, go, go. I'd rather be at home with Ray. I ain't got 70 days. 'Cause there's nothing you can teach me that I can learn from Mr. Hathaway. Didn't get a lot in class, but I know it don't come in a shot glass. They try to make me go to rehab, but I said no, no, no. Yes, I've been black, but when I come back, you'll know, no, no. I ain't got the time, and if my daddy thinks I'm fine, he's trying to make me go to rehab, but I won't go. The man said, "Why you think you here?" I said, "I got no idea. I'm gonna lose my baby, so I always keep a bottle near." At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Oh yeah, at last, the skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up in clovers. The night I looked at you, I found a dream that I could speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I have never known. Oh yeah, when you smile, oh, and then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven. For you are mine at last. Oh, at last. Thank you so much.
So please welcome back Madeline.
Hello again. I did not memorize this one, so I apologize. My friends, they call me the hopeful romantic because I always like to be hopeful about things. So it's not hopeless, but hopeful. So a lot of my poetry is themes of love. So this is one that I wrote about, I guess, the future or a future. I don't know. Here it goes. It's called I Spy. You gaze into my eyes and see straight through to my soul. Past the day, past the time, you see what makes me whole. Returning your gaze is too intense for me to keep, so I avert my eyes, but with yours, you still seek. To feel my heart beat, to see my thoughts scroll across my mind, your eyes a part of its fold. Your eyes so direct and infused with such fire, your lids fan the flame of your heart's true desire. A desire to see who I really am, to know all about me. You keep time with my pulse as our rhythms begin to sync. With just a glance, not even a touch, you knew me right then. Your eyes searched breadth and depth, uncovering what was within. Your pupils are jewels in the sand, glistening as the sun sets on the sea. Every look, every glance, every gaze burns deeper into my memory. You spy into my mind and into my thoughts, certainly uninvited at first. Your eyes, so captivating, capturing my heart without a single prose or verse. Thank you.
In 1994, I was doing the still photographs on a film called Panther, about the Black Panther Party, and it was being directed by Mario Van Peebles. It was being filmed in Los Angeles, and you know, it was a lot of late nights. And Mario's father, Melvin Van Peebles. Has anyone heard of Melvin Van Peebles? You know, old school guy. You know, maker of Sweetback's Badass song, and then in the '60s, you know, a filmmaker. And he was one of the producers, and he'd be kind of hanging around, and we would talk to each other and be late at night. And one night, you know, late at night, he kind of looks at me, goes, "Hey, Robert." I go, "Yeah, Melvin." He goes, "How do you people," meaning like you Jewish people, "how do you people say it when you do someone a favor, you help someone out?" And I said, "Well, we call that a mitzvah." Has everyone here heard of the word mitzvah? So a bar mitzvah, it's a good deed. So I look at him, I go, "Well, how do you people say it?" And he looked at me and goes, "I'm going to hook you up." And and it was nice. We found the equivalency about racism too. You know, Izzy was talking about it before. You know, unfortunately, it's still, you know, we've come a long way, but we've still got a long way to go in here. But I think we're making progress. And I've just had some interesting experiences myself. And in Los Angeles, where I used to live, I used to go to a cleaner, like a dry cleaner, and it was run by this really nice lady, a Korean lady, and we went in, and one time I was getting there, I was just, you know, asking her about her history, and she said, well, she initially came to America, I don't know, it was like 25 years earlier, and she was in like I think in Kentucky somewhere, and she just experienced a lot of racism, and you know, talking about her experience, and I said, well, I bet you wouldn't know by looking at me that I am also Asian. And she goes, no. And I wrote in my book, I opened it up and I wrote the word Caucasian. And it was just, but it was interesting because that was, you know, I kind of thought about it just on the spur of the moment. That word is in that word, you know, and so it kind of goes to say that there are certain labels about that, but I'll tell you a story. When as I said, I was a still photographer on motion pictures, and I worked on the first 3 Transformers movies as a still photographer. And on the second one, this was in 2008, I was using a cane. I was still able to walk at the time, and most of the film was done in California and in New Mexico. They built a big set out there to, you know, emulate the desert, but they did the last 2 weeks of filming, a week in Egypt and a week in Jordan, and I was one of the. They took a select number of American crew members, like 40 of us out of like 150, got to go. So the first morning we were there in Cairo, we were supposed to go to the pyramids. Has anyone here been to the pyramids in Egypt? It's you know, it's pretty interesting. Egypt is a very interesting place because it's like old, very old, and then they have modern stuff in the middle of it. But anyway, they didn't, for some reason, they put us on a bus, those 40 Americans, and we started driving, but they didn't have the permits to go to start going, so they actually took us to this dirt lot about a mile away. And, you know, there's like guys praying, and there's animals and stuff, and they set up some tables for us. The local crew members set up some tables, and we're sitting there. And across this dirt lot, there was a group of people, maybe 20 people, that were all Egyptian. And they were all, you know, a little bit more like in their 60s, 70s. So at a certain point, I was with my cane, and I was walking around in the middle of the lot. And this one older gentleman, he kind of gestures to me to come over. And I go, "Me?" And he goes, "Yeah, you." So I go over to him, and he asked me in he kind of broken English, you know, where are you from? And so, you know, naturally, like most people, when you get asked that question, you just automatically say, well, I'm from Miami, or I'm from LA, or from New York. But for some reason, I don't know why, I just dropped down to the dirt and I patted the ground and I go, I'm from here. And his eyes kind of widened a little bit, and he made the person sitting next to him get up, and he offered me a seat. And so then I asked him to hold his hand out, and I put my hand next to his, and I go, look, same. And so we ended up having this like great conversation for like an hour and a half. But he would see like there were like maybe 4 or 5 females on the crew, you know, on the American crew, and he'd point to one of them, he'd go, "That's your wife?" And I didn't know, but I'd bring each one over, and so it was interesting. And then I had given him my business card, and maybe a couple of months later, after I was back in Los Angeles one day, I get an email, you know, Farid Karim wants to be your friend on MSN Instant Messenger. And, you know, it's just like this guy half a world away in a dirt lot, you know, with the different skin and different language, you know, but we kind of just got past that all. And you know, I think if you have the will and you speak to that part of people, you can do that. Another time is, this is maybe a couple of years later in 2012, I was in New York City, and I was in a taxi cab, and the driver, we were talking, and I asked him where he's from. He goes, I'm from Nepal. And I happen to know how to say, it was a little project that I'm still working on, but I've learned how to say thank you in many languages. So I said Dhanyavad, which is, you know, how the Hindi language. And he turned around and looked at me, he goes, I asked him, and he said Nepal, and he turned around and looked at me, he goes, where are you from? And I said, well, I'm from the planet Earth. And then he looked at me, he goes, yeah, that's right. We all just live in one big house here, don't we? And I thought that was such a great way of putting it, you know, if you really look at it. So anyway, I'm just like, you know, oh, I got one other story. Okay, this is good. This is a good story. I think I was telling you about this young poet friend of mine who was stroking our long white beards. There was a young, goes back to the early 90s. He was a member of the family that was a group of volunteers at the AIDS hospice. His name is Andre. And, you know, I was at that time in my mid to late 30s, and he was like in his early 20s, brilliant poet and songwriter. And he, you know, we were in LA, and I had gone to school. I finished my 2 years of undergraduate and a year of graduate work at UC Berkeley. And I thought, you know, Andre had never been up there, and I thought being a poet, whatever, it'd be cool. So we get in the car in LA at like midnight and drive up the coast and land in Berkeley at like, you know, 6 o'clock in the morning. And on Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley, there's this old restaurant. It's called Cafe Mediterraneum or Cafe Med. And it's kind of a famous old place where back in the 40s, you know, Jack Kerouac and all these, you know, Beat generation guys used to eat there. So it was kind of a landmark. So I thought I'd take this young guy there, Andre. And we go inside, and, you know, by like 6:30 in the morning, and the only people in there, this table, like these older, like 4 guys, they're all African-American gentlemen sitting there finishing up their breakfast, and they're all like smoking cigars, and which you could do back then. It was like 1990 or 92, I would say. And so 3 of the guys left, and there was 1 gentleman there, and so I just went over to him and kind of break the ice. I just said, hey, nice cigar, and it was like really short at the time, and he looked at me, he goes, yeah, it's a good length for bullshitting. Sit down. And so, so we sat down, and he proceeded to bullshit us for like 2 hours, you know, and talk about all the places he and his wife traveled and all the places you get food and whatever around. So it was, you know, sometimes it's just the power of hello, saying hello to someone. You never know what's going to happen.
Okay.
Okay.
I work at a center with girls who've experienced a lot of trauma in their lives, and I like this poem. It's by Alfred Tatum, and it reminds me of their circumstance. And so it's called Chop. This is not about a pork chop or a lamb chop. This is about chop chop. You see, when I extend my hand and you do not take it, chop chop. When I say something you do not like and you do not like the way it sounds, chop chop. When I wear my pants in a certain way and it causes you to frown, chop chop. When I read like I need help and you blame it on me instead of helping me, chop chop. When I make an adolescent mistake in your presence and you cast me away, chop chop. When you start that anecdotal record that grants me entry into that special type of education, I'm so nervous, without putting my voice on record, chop, chop. When you begin to dislike me and believe that I am dislikable, chop, chop. When you say that I do not love who I am because you have not found a way to love me, chop, chop. I'm so scared. When you leave me alone and this cycle starts all over again, chop, chop. When you cage me up, chop, chop. When you lock me out, chop, chop. When you leave me out there on my own, chop, chop. When you bury me too early, stop, stop. There is no more chopping because I have been chopped up. I came into this world whole, and look what happened to me, chop, chop.
Everybody, please give a warm hand to William Faunch, my nephew.
How's everybody doing? Good. Good. All right. My name is Will Faunch, spoken word poet. With one, I don't know if you guys have heard of One God United. We do a lot of events here in Florida, but it's also ministry as well. I have come to you guys with a very, good, heart-checking poem that I really think you all will enjoy tonight. Here we go. Before God, my addiction was porn and I was suffering, my heart ripping like it was torn, videos buffering, pain compensated for relief and masturbation, my addiction mocking me while I was still chasing women that I thought were good, but that I was misunderstood. They were nothing but wolves cloaked in little Red Riding Hoods. Shout out to the soldiers whose shoulders were weary from being on the battlefield. The battlefield. The battlefield. Trying to fight. Those that tried to fight by day but allowing their advantage to slip under the moon and the stars. Stars limited in light and not in sight and remain dim. Stars of pride, stars of self-righteousness. Men sleeping under night's blanket with their souls being torn apart, especially under one particular ball of gas. The porn star. Most lethal when the human mind gazes upon it and is hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, halted. The finest men succumb to it, burning with the desire to burn with the star. Burning out is inevitable as soon as you get starstruck. I served in this army for a while now. Recruited when I was only 10 years old. I didn't know what I was doing, nor where I was going, but I'll tell you this. When the wages of sin gave me my first paycheck, all of a sudden it felt good doing me. So I listened to my general's voice as he told me where to aim and where to shoot at. Every chance I got gave me a chance for me to test myself. They said that it would best myself. As I moved up the ranks with the infantry, learning how to deploy my seamen, I had no idea that I was actually molesting myself. A child soldier drugged by my own overdose of dopamine and serotonin whose hormones were activated every time I heard a hormone. I was victorious in my orgasmic killings, body after body. I was infatuated with every body I saw, not knowing that my own body was under siege, captivation, writing perverted laws on my heart, indoctrination. If there was no masturbation, my mind would begin to break fast, eggs and bacon. Unsatisfying hunger left me full of myself. That's constipation. Ignorance filled the brokenness of my adolescence. At this time, I'm in the prime of my enlistment. Imaginations graduated into virtual fornication, and I just couldn't stop. I was trigger happy. The smallest thing would set me off, erecting the thorn in my flesh that I couldn't get rid of. But oh well. I mean, surely I haven't really technically physically entered course with a woman, so when will this virgin marry? Who knows? Surely I can conserve myself until I marry my wife of purity, right? But that wasn't the case. As I was traveling through different cities and different towns, I noticed that my intimacy began to slip. My body began to degrade. My heart began to degrade. And the skills that I had acquired meant absolutely nothing now. I should have known that all of these accumulation of corpses would never go well. How could I have ever expected trying to satisfy myself with different bodies, treating my body like a hotel? The Nobel. It doesn't matter how noble I am. Feeling so noble, trying to earn a prize that never go well. And there's no honor in that. It's just like Porn was my church, and every night I was generous in paying my soul tithes. As I inserted myself deeper and deeper, I began to give more control away, deleting my very essence, not even realizing this marriage that I had with pornography was so under good. Guess who Mr. Wrong ends up marrying? Mr. Wrong always marries misunderstood. I had no choice but to escape from my escape from reality. Looking back now, I'm 25 years old, and I was recruited when I was 10, which means I would have grown a 15-year-old child who, when full grown, would grow to assassinate me. But that's not the case now. I pray warmth over a lot of our young men and women today, that they really come to terms with their own identity, that they come to terms with who they are, because it's so easy to get lost under this blanket of lust that society has put over our young generation today. If we don't realize that there's two different fathers, one spiritual, one physical, the physical is going to overtake the spiritual, and we will never be able to see deeper into each other. Just real quick, and that's the end of the piece. Just real quick, I wanted to share something with you all. I've been studying something very recently about psychology. The root word of psychology is psychos. That's a Greek definition, and that means self. And a lot of people in our generation today have a problem distinguishing self from soul. When the self wants sex, the soul is really desiring intimacy. When the self wants fame, the soul is really desiring community. And we're not even realizing how fragile that factor is, distinguishing our soul from ourself. And our soul, I truly believe our soul comes from God, redeemed by Jesus Christ. And if you haven't accepted him today, please do so when you can, immediately.
Can we all sing a happy birthday to Nicole here? Okay, ready? And 1, and a 2, and a 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nicole. Happy birthday to you. Sorry, we don't have a cake for you, but we wish you the best and thank you. Yeah.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, a fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name, and you know I'm gonna treat you right. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, a fever all through the night. Everybody's got the fever, that is something you all know. Fever isn't such a new thing, fever started long ago. Romeo loved Juliet, Juliet, she felt the same. When he put his arms around her, he said, Julie, baby, you're my flame, thou givest fever. When we kiss it, fever with thy flaming youth. Fever, I'm on fire. Fever, yeah, I burn forsooth. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad secret affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, oh, don't you dare, he gives me fever. With his kisses, fever when he holds me tight. Fever, I'm his missus, and Daddy, won't you treat him right? Now you've listened to my story. Here's the point that I have made. Chicks are wanna give you fever, be it Fahrenheit or centigrade, they give you fever. With their kisses, fever if you live and learn. Fever till you sizzle. Oh, what a lovely way to burn. Oh, what a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn. Oh, what a lovely way to burn. Thank you so much, really. It's a pleasure. Thank you.